More mold problems for the city of Venice.
First, it was the Venice Community Center, then the public library, and now mold has been discovered at a storage facility containing valuable city archives. ABC 7's Christopher Bradley joins us live tonight in Venice with more on the story. Christopher?
Well, Scott and Haley, it seems like every few months we find out about another building in Venice that has been infected with mold. This is the room City of Venice officials are bringing about 40% of their archives to. They hope it will be impervious to mold.
I have donated my uniforms, my rifle, all my memorabilia, frankly.
For Larry Humes, the Venice Archive isn't just a place for storage. It's a place for living history. Sadly, there was something else living amongst the history.
It's the worst case scenario. It's every curator's nightmare.
Mold was discovered when Michelle Harm, curator of the Venice Archives, along with paper conservationist Sonia Jordan-Mowry, visited an off-site storage facility 2 weeks ago.
We opened the door and we're looking at some of the materials. We found an outbreak of the white fuzzies, mold.
Books and sensitive materials require a controlled environment, something they weren't getting at that storage facility.
Unfortunately, the environmental systems were not working as they should have been, so we needed to come up with a real quick solution.
The solution was to bring the materials here to this local office building in Venice that has some extra room.
It's close to 400 boxes and then about 130 bound volumes of the gondolier, so it's a rather large portion of our collection, about maybe 40% of our collection.
But much of the collection has to first be cleaned. That's where Sonia Jordan-Mowry comes in.
We need to remove all the things that are not currently contaminated, and then the white fuzzies, the germinating spores, will be treated by putting in a very dry environment under a fume hood.
The materials will then be vacuumed and wiped with a mixture of water and ethanol.
It's tangible history. It's things that we can hold in our hands and say, okay, now I understand how this community was built 90 years ago. That's valuable. That's important.
And some of the archives have already been moved into this room. The pieces of the archive that were infected with mold were taken to a nearby laboratory for cleaning. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.